Oh, it's okay.
So, it's not something I practiced for this trip or anything like that. I just decided to do it like yesterday. So my name is Jordan Bates.
Hi, Jordan.
And I was born on July 14th, 1992. And I was baptized on September 4th, 2007. Yeah, it's weird. So my point is, my faith started on my baptism like a lot of you guys did. My mom was trying to get a baby. I want to say it was 2 years ago. And first time she got pregnant, 8 weeks later she had miscarriage. That wasn't 2 years ago, that was 2004. And then like a year and a half.
That's 5 years.
2004. So anyway, like a year and a half later, something like that, she got pregnant again, 8 weeks later, another miscarriage. She went to the doctor, and they gave her all this medicine and stuff she had to take to try to make her pregnancy last. She got pregnant again in 2007, I think. Or 6, I don't know. And during the pregnancy, they were saying, it was like 3 months into it this time. And they said, so it was a couple weeks more than it usually was. And they said it's going to happen, it's going to have another miscarriage. I got invited to a twins game with a church, you might know it's called Faith Lutheran Church. And I went with Corey Rammel and some other high school students. And we got back and found out that the pregnancy was stable. Pregnancy was stable and everything was cool. So obviously at the time I didn't see it as anything, and now I look back and it just amazes me how as soon as I meet Corey and everyone in the church, just everything starts to right. So I don't remember what year that was, like I said, 2006 or something. And the next year, I started going to church at Bridgewood or something like that. It's in Circle Pines. It was a Christian church. I didn't go every Sunday. I went like once a month, maybe once every 2 months. Well, then I got baptized September 4th, 2007. And the next year I started going on a mission trip. And ever since I met Corey, I started going to Edge. It was the first year that they had the youth group pick. And it was fun, but I was goofing off every single Sunday, which is 6 to 7:30, by the way. I goofed off every single Sunday. Didn't listen to what any of the leaders says in small groups. I only was there to play games and make friends and lied about everything else on the way. I wrote a word on my mouth with a swear word. Not to say that I don't still swear, but it was a lot less than I did before. Honestly, I stole from a lot of stores. I was a good kid. So I decided to go on the mission trip. And that was last year, we went to Tijuana. And it was last September, it was probably around this time, I asked Corey to sign up. And I signed up for it and went. Gradually, I started talking to Warren's dad, from most of any leaders at Faith, and youth group and whatever. And we started to kind of bond a lot, and we talked a lot, more than anyone else. And we got on the mission trip, and it was me, Warren, her sister, a couple other people. And her dad was there, and some other leaders and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. We helped all the kids there. There was one kid, his name was Fernando. He was in the church every single night, the entire week, and everyone was singing welcome. And he always wore this Hulk shirt. Just loved the Hulk. He always wore a Hulk shirt, I should say. Not the same shirt all year. But he wore a Hulk shirt, and one time he didn't speak English, but like, we tried to help him with, and he tried to teach him like 1 to 10 and stuff in English. Anyway, he comes to me one time and he goes, Jordan, well, in a Spanish accent, I don't know how to do it. But he's like, Hulk, Jesus. And I didn't know what that meant, but I figured he was saying Hulk and Jesus were the same. I don't know. So when he left, I always said that he was like Jesus coming to all of us. Anyway. So on the last night we had this thing in the church. We just played some games or something. I don't remember. And the directors from YouthWorks, the ones that ran the mission trip, read a verse out of the Bible about, I don't remember what verse it is, I memorized it. about when Jesus washes Kohareth's feet. And he said, now you have to go and wash others' feet and carry out my duties, or whatever, basically. And they said, the leadership youth works there said, okay, so now we're going to wash your feet. And I thought it was like they're going to help us, like metaphorically. No, they washed our feet. So they had us all sit in a circle, like our church and other churches were there with us. And I don't know if you know this, or probably not, but I hate people touch my feet, bare feet. Hate it. I despise it, I can't stand it, I freak out. So as soon as I say this, I'm like freaking out inside. I'm like, there's no way I'm letting, like, even leaders from my church touch my feet. There's no way. So they're like doing like with the random people, I think they find who they're going to go to. And like the only person that I would have let do it was Jim, which is Lauren's dad.
Don't laugh at that guy.
Yeah. And so he passed me, and I was like, whatever, it's not going to happen. And out of some compulsive action, I took off my shoes, took off my socks, put my feet in a stupid bucket, sat there and waited until someone came to me. And ironically, the person that came to me was Jim. So he comes over to me and he starts washing my feet. But it was a different kind of freak out than I would have if someone just touched my feet. And I can't explain it. I can't explain the feelings that were going through me, but it was just a gradual build-up from that time that I met Corey and my mom's pregnancy was saved. And I ended up having a little sister. Her name is Maddie. She's doing it.
She's a cute. She's so cute.
And from that, through going through Edge, just noticing more and more stuff, just signs from God. My dad stopped drinking as much as he always did. And just little things like that. And I know to you guys have all these huge stories, and it's like one story like that, like your parents drink or something like that. And that just never meant anything to me because I was so uninvolved with church. My whole life I never went to church. Never, ever, ever, ever. Until like the year before I got baptized. Like I said, I went to Bridgewood or whatever. And so he started washing my feet, and it was just kind of like he went over with a towel or whatever. And then he got behind me, and I never cry, ever. I just don't cry things. And he started, everyone like, they said we're going to wash your feet and then sit behind you and like tell you stuff about you or whatever you like and stuff. And he sat there and talked to me for probably 5 minutes. And I started falling. And yeah, and definitely felt God there. And that was the first time I ever was 100% with God. And it was just a big deal. And now I go to church twice a month, maybe less than that. But I go to church way more now. And I'm the one at youth group that I always hated when I first started, that is always yelling at people to be quiet. They're being too loud, and now I actually care what people are saying. So yeah, it's a big deal, and now me and her dad are really close. And yeah, that's all I can say is that you might not have your experience yet, and this isn't a one-time thing like this, that it's a big build-up, But I just wanted to make sure that all of you knew that God comes to people through this. And it might not always be the way that we expect it to happen, but